We are here with Romain Dumas at the Brescia Miglia paddock. So what are you doing here? Are you racing?
Yeah, for sure we race. Will be my third time this year. First time was 2018, 2019. Fortunately last year I didn't do. And again this year, so I'm very happy to be here.
What is your car?
We'll have a Porsche for sure, 356. Very nice car, not so many horsepower, but should be okay. Unfortunately, this year will be very warm, and as you can see, I have a roof, so it will be quite warm, but it's okay. And
what do you like about Mille Miglia?
For sure, for me, first of all, I like about the history of the race for sure, and the scenery. What you can see, it's just amazing all the time for sure. It's a nice car, nice people around, and I always participate with Chopard, because I'm a brand ambassador. So it's always nice to be with Jackie and so, and a lot of talk, a lot of story, and for sure, great cars.
And let's talk about races. You are in this year. You have the new adventure with Glickenhaus. What do you think about the car and the work in general?
Well, it was our first race 2 days ago. For sure, the good point is that we finished the race. Okay, we had some small accident in the middle, so we lost time. At the end of the day, I think actually it's an Italian company who is doing the car podium, and I think at the end of the day, you can see in different positions. For sure, we are not a big manufacturer. I mean, when I compare with Porsche. When we are doing something at Porsche, for sure, you have a lot of more people, a lot of more money. But for the first race, to be, let's say, a little bit more 1 second off Toyota, and I think, and to finish the race after 8 hours, it's already a great, I think, story. And now we have to work very hard to be ready for Monza in 1 month. And I think there we should have a stronger package that we had in Portimao. Portimao is very twisty corner, very hard for the car, for the chassis. For the first race, Portimao was for sure the hardest place to start. And I can imagine in Monza will be a lot better.
And you also one of the first Glickenhaus tests was in Monza a couple of months ago, more or less.
I drove there, and actually the car was not too bad. Again, how can you compare with the LMP1 that I drove some years ago? You cannot. The car a lot more simple, for sure slower by the rule, a lot more heavy. But I think anyway, Monza and Le Mans, more Monza than in Le Mans, but should be better for us, like newcomer. You cannot compare with Toyota, who are testing like crazy. I mean, like we have to do normally. But I think it should be better, and it's a nice adventure. And anyway, you have also to see that this year in LMP1, you have the Alpine, who was the car that I drove last year, the Rebellion in Le Mans. I know the car very well for sure. The package is very good. The two Toyota, and after nobody else. So. For me, my side, when I heard about the Glickenhaus story, I met the people in Italy. I said, yeah, why not to try? Possible you cannot try this when you are 20-year-old. For me, it will be my 21 Le Mans. So I say, I take the challenge for 1 year and we see.
And you talked about Le Mans. What is your best Le Mans?
Possible the first one in 2001, because I knew Le Mans very well because I was at school in Le Mans. My team, ELF, was in Le Mans. So I knew the race, but I never participated. In 2001, straight away, I was very young, 23-year-old, came in Le Mans, very good race, and it was a race that Porsche suddenly found me. And in one race, I jumped from, let's say, nobody knew me. I was doing Formula 3000 in Italy, and suddenly I became a Porsche factory driver due to Le Mans. So Le Mans was for me very good, a lot of time. When I started my career, I won also the Vola Elf, was a big selection for young kids in Le Mans. So Le Mans was always very nice with me.
And we're mainly about Monza. What is your opinion about the track? And also, do you have any thought, any particular moment you remember? I guess so.
Yeah, Monza for me is for sure something special because in Italy you have a lot of nice track, you have to say, with some character. And Monza is for sure in Europe something really different than what we are used to, because it's a track that lap after lap, you have the feeling that you are getting quicker and quicker due to the fact that you push yourself to another limit because it's so fast. Not so many corners, but due to that, I think you can think about doing the perfect lap in Monza all the time. You try to improve yourself. It's very nice, and for sure was my first victory in single seat in Formula Campus in '95, I think, and it was crazy. I remember we were fighting a lot of cars. Was Fassler, Treluyer, Bourdais, myself. We were all fighting, and we crossed the line with Bourdais, but we didn't know who won. We looked at each other. We didn't know because we were so close. And when we came to the paddock, at the end of the race, after the lap, so everybody was clapping hands, but we didn't know for who it was. And actually it was 1/10 of difference. At the time we had no radio, no board, so we didn't know. And it was quite special. Yeah.
And let's talk about the GT World Challenge. You drive also there. What is your opinion? How is the going on so far?
I'm doing that for sure for Porsche now for 3 years since we stopped the LMP1. To drive back in GT, I mean I started in GT as I told you in 2001. So to go back to GT, GT is completely different than what it was on the past. It means the level is very high, and it's a really speciality now. At the end of the day, if you look GT World Challenge Sprint, GT World Challenge Endurance, GT Master, a lot of cars and teams and drivers are doing 3 championships. I'm doing only the Endurance. I mean, it's only 4 or 5 events per year. But to be competitive, you really need to push yourself. And it's not an easy championship. It's to drive the car, due to the fact we have these Pirelli tires who are not so good. We all have the same, but not a lot of grip. To drive for me, the car is for sure not the best car ever, but due to the tires. But you know, at the end of the day, when you drive a Porsche, when you are at the race and you fight with others, it's okay. I have enough fun and I continue to enjoy it. So not an easy category for sure, but yeah, it keep me young and keep me pushing myself, you know, to try to do the best.
And what is your highlights in your career, and do you have any regrets?
You know, it's difficult because for sure winning Le Mans was, when you are French, you know, the first dream. After becoming world champion 2016 was also another dream. But we said this with Porsche, all these 24-hour victories were a dream. But some race like Pikes Peak, when I won with my own car, my own team, was also something special. For sure, you cannot compare for a lot of people with Le Mans, but for me it was something big because it was a lot of investment, human investment, people, money and so on involved. So that was good. Also with Volkswagen, what we achieved in Pikes Peak was just amazing. It was a lot of, a lot of good stuff. And after, also in rally, you know, with my Porsche, going alone with this car, doing my own car, doing the World Cup, winning some races and so on, in rally with such a hard car, it's also a lot of fun. So it's very difficult for me to tell you, I prefer this or that. I think if one day I stop, possible I will sit and think about. But right now, I don't know really. You know, now I am also fully into Dakar. So I really want to improve myself on this, and doing my own car also for Dakar is also complicated, but I like this challenge, and yeah, we will see later what was the best, you know.